Hello everybody, it's Starrapter here. Welcome to the channel. This is another episode of This Week in Star Wars Canon. Every week I break it all down for you guys. The comics, the novels, the TV series, and the video games. Anything that relates to the movies, I talk about it. So, getting into it, I first want to talk about Darth Vader, number 4. This is part 4 of the first arc, which is called The Chosen One. And holy crap, guys, I haven't been this excited about a Star Wars comic in a long damn time. I'm flipping through this thing, and I was just, squealing in delight about all the awesome in this issue. I'm going to let you guys know, I'm going to spoil the hell out of this issue. So if you haven't read Darth Vader 4, come back after you read it, because I just want to talk about this and react to it, because holy crap, it was amazing. So this issue picks up right where issue number 3 left off, where we had Darth Vader seemingly destroyed by Kirak Infil'a. He thought that he had destroyed Vader by basically force pushing him off this very high building or something or other. And well, this opens up with Vader just leaning back on these rocks along with the droid he thought he killed, and he is dismantled. And what he does is he repairs himself with the spare parts of the droid, and he gets up. And in the meantime, you have Kirak Infil'a, again, who thinks he had destroyed Vader, and he knows a little bit about the Sith, so he knows that there's a Master of Vader out there still. So he wants to get in his ship and go, and unfortunately, the people he left his ship to haven't really done a great job of restoring it and keeping it maintained, so they're going to be a little bit to repair it. And unfortunately for him, Vader comes in and surprises him. So yes, we have another fight between Kirak Infil'a and Darth Vader, and it is freaking spectacular. They're up on this huge ass dam that's overlooking the city, and well, Vader kills him. Yes, Vader kills Kirak Infil'a with a force choke, while Kirak Infil'a is trying to save the city, basically, because Vader just rips this part of the dam apart and floods this entire city and gets the lightsaber. And oh, it was so good, guys. You gotta read this thing. I'm assuming you already read it, unless you don't feel like reading it if you've just listened to me spoil the whole thing. So I'm gonna get into the specifics that I really liked about this comic. And first off, seeing Vader just lying there and just complete, his helmet actually has a shattered eyepiece, so it's so badass because throughout this comic he is seeing through basically one eye. And well, he repairs himself, like I said, with the droid, which is really, really neat because he's using a force to basically repair his shattered leg and his gloved hand, and it just calls back to him as Anakin Skywalker. Not too long ago he was repairing, making pod racers and stuff like that, so he's very mechanically inclined, so him being able to do that makes perfect sense. Another thing I want to talk about is Kirak Infil'a, and they really set up this character to be this really big part of this series, and I can't believe that after 2 issues, the guy's dead already. I figured we would have 1 issue, but they do a great job of actually making you care about this Jedi, and I was so enthralled and wanted to learn more before he met his demise. And just the way he was talking to those civilians that were, the mechanics, whatever they are, about how he felt a tremble in the Force, and then they were telling him basically about the Jedi Purge and about how the Empire is making it seem like they are the traitors. And it seemed like there was this great relationship between Kirak Infil'a and the civilians, and about how he was saying, oh yeah, his Barash vows ended, he needs his ship. Mind you, another really cool thing about it, his ship is a Jedi Starfighter from Attack of the Clones era. If you check it out, I have it right over there, Obi-Wan Kenobi's Jedi Starfighter. So I was really, really happy to see that Jedi Starfighter again. I was really hoping that there would be a little star duel in space there between Darth Vader and Kirak Infil'a. I don't know if he's a good star pilot or not, but that would have been really cool seeing a dogfight like that. So yeah, just feeling attached to this character, about how he has these nice relationships of a mentor kind of person. He was going to, tell them more about the Force if he ever survived, and unfortunately he met his demise. And the fight between Kirak Infil'a and Vader was just so brutal. Again, you see Vader, he's going to force push these soldiers off the edge of the dam, and then you have Kirak Infil'a trying to save him, and then at the same time you have Vader who's just ripping open part of the dam and just releasing, and that's how he kills him, because Kirak Infil'a is a Jedi. He is going to try to save lives as much as he can, even if that means that Vader is going to kill him, and he basically sacrifices himself. But the worst part is it's so tragic because the city still gets like demolished by Vader anyway. That leads me to my next point, is that I don't think we've seen this much destruction from Vader, at least in canon in my eyes. Like, the guy literally just says that he is a monster, because Kirak Infil'a says, "You are a monster" to Vader, there's no doubt about it. And well, Vader just pretty much admits it. He says, "I am a monster," and rips open the dam and just floods the city. So, I mean, he just kills thousands of people, because then you see that Kirak Infil'a is telling him, like, don't worry, like, don't bring the civilians into it. It's between I, the Jedi, and you as a Sith. It should be between us. And Vader says, no, they're involved too, and just kills everybody. I'm like, what the hell? This is freaking amazing. So, obviously, I really like this issue, and if you guys aren't already reading Darth Vader, you gotta pick it up. Another thing that came out this week was the Rogue One adaptation number 5. And, well, there's not much to say about this other than it picks up right where Rogue One, you know, Jyn Erso and Cassian Andor and the crew are arriving on Scarif, and they go undercover, and they're gonna get the plans. In the meantime, you have Krennic, who's arriving on Scarif, and then this goes all the way up to the point of Admiral Raddus arriving with the Rebel fleet. So, certain things I want to talk about. Again, they do a great job with including these little deleted scenes throughout. And the first one they introduced was Raddus making a decision to go and try to assist Rogue One even against the wishes of Mon Mothma. So that was pretty neat. Then we see another exchange between K2 and Bodhi. There we go, K2 and Bodhi. We see them again talking about how, you know, Bodhi's reprogrammed. He's, you know, muttering to himself, I'm the pilot, that's my duty, is to stay on the ship while everybody's going on Scarif, and I'm gonna get everybody home safe. Another cool exchange was between K2 and that other Enforcer droid. So you see how K2's a little off kilter, being reprogrammed against talking to the rather straight-lipped Enforcer droid. That was pretty comical. Another thing I enjoyed was seeing the Ghost on that final page with the Rebel fleet. That was front and center, so maybe we'll see more of the Ghosts flying around. And the art got much better. Tarkin looked much better, as well as Director Krennic. So, great issue. I believe we have one more left coming for the Rogue One adaptation. So next week you can look forward to, hopefully we'll have Dr. Aphra number 11 and the Rogue One one-shot between Cassian and K2SO where they meet for the first time. So that is going to do it for another episode of This Week in Star Wars Canon. I want to know, are you guys reading Darth Vader? If you aren't, what are you doing? Buy it right now. It's amazing. And are you following along with the Rogue One adaptation? Let me know in that comment section below. Also, if you're new to the channel, welcome. I just hit 250 subscribers, so everybody that has recently subscribed and everybody that's been subscribed, I want to thank you guys for continually getting involved in the comments, talking to me about all the videos that I make. It really makes me happy, and it helps support me. It makes, you know, as long as I have more people coming to this channel, I'm going to continue to pump out content on a consistent basis for you guys. So I have Game of Thrones videos coming up every week. I do recaps on every episode. I love Game of Thrones. And, well, I have other movies and TV content on the channel, so make sure you check that out. And if you're already subscribed to the channel, if this is the kind of content that you like, I'm Starrapter. Thank you for watching, and may the Force be with you always. So, did you like the video? Then make sure you rate it a thumbs up, and if you did that, go over there, hit that Starrapter head to subscribe to my channel. Doing so will keep you up to speed on all of my latest content. Speaking of which, you can see a couple of my recent uploads down below. I'm also on social media, so what are you waiting for? Let's start nerding out.